I think it's safe to say that Corey Feldman is becoming a regular here on my YouTube channel. Every day it seems like there's some news about Corey Feldman, about what he's saying and what he is tweeting out. We all know that he put out his documentary, Matrixx, and he has accused Charlie Sheen of doing several things with Corey Haim that are not appropriate to really kind of discuss on this channel, but I'm pretty sure by now most of you guys already know what we're talking about. But now we have Seventh Heaven actor Lorenzo Brino. He died on Sunday in a car crash. And I really didn't know who he was. I never watched Seventh Heaven before. And I really can't speak on that show or Lorenzo Brino's acting ability. I can't. I just know that he passed away in a car crash, and that's very, very tragic because he was only 21 years old. His life was really just getting started. But however, Corey Feldman has made a connection with the death of Lorenzo Brino. Now, like I said, Lorenzo Brino played on Seventh Heaven with actor Stephen Collins. And you may be thinking to yourself, all right, what does this really have to do with anything? We all know that Corey Feldman is now on a crusade to expose Hollywood for what they are. And there's several other pedophiles that are in Hollywood. Actually, probably quite a few, to tell you the truth. But we don't know for sure. But one thing we do know is that Stephen Collins, and I just found this out myself, he admitted to abusing several teenage girls back in the 1970s. Now, Stephen Collins acted on Seventh Heaven. The man is like 72 years old now, and he has been blackballed from Hollywood. He has not worked since 2014. And I believe that was around the time he admitted to that with the 3 young girls. And he has pretty much been excommunicated from Hollywood. Now I'm going to read what Corey Feldman had to say on this situation, and I really want to know what you guys have to say about this. Because people are kind of crushing him on his response to the death of Lorenzo Brino. So this is what he says. Quote, "Here we go again. Another child star dies after working with a convicted pedophile on Seventh Heaven, and people are wondering why child stars self-destruct." Wow. So he is really implying that Stephen Collins had something to do with the death of Lorenzo Brino. There's no evidence whatsoever. And I have to honestly say, I think that Corey Feldman is somewhat out of line on this, as far as I know. Now, believe me, I'm not defending Stephen Collins whatsoever. The man is a scumbag. But to connect Lorenzo Brino's death with Stephen Collins, I'm not too sure about that. I think Corey Feldman is kind of wrong on this. I could be wrong myself, but I just don't see how you can connect the two. And I know that Corey Feldman wants to expose all of these creepos in Hollywood, and I don't blame him one bit. I mean, Harvey Weinstein was just the tip of the iceberg. And now, you know, we have Kevin Spacey out there, Stephen Collins. I guess you can kind of throw R. Kelly in there too, because he's a creepo too. There's a lot of them. But if you're going to make accusations, I do think you need some kind of evidence and proof. And on this matter, I don't think Corey Feldman really has any evidence to imply that Stephen Collins had anything to do with the death of Lorenzo Brino. And Stephen Collins, like I said, he hasn't acted in like 6 years now. And 6 years ago, that would have put Lorenzo Brino like around 15 years old. And as far as we know, Lorenzo Brino had nothing to say about Stephen Collins acting inappropriate with him. We don't know. We really don't. The only thing we know is that Stephen Collins admitted to some things with 3 young teenage girls back in the 1970s. Now, Stephen Collins into boys, I have no idea about that. I really don't. But I don't think that really matters. He's still a creepo. He did what he did. He admitted to it. And Corey Feldman was wrong on one thing. He said that Stephen Collins was a convicted pedophile. That's not the case. He just admitted to it. But, you know, statute of limitations had passed and he didn't go to jail for anything. He has just been blackballed from Hollywood. I want to believe what Corey Feldman is saying about these creepy people in Hollywood, but when he makes accusations like this, I'm not sure if I can truly believe him 100%. Does he actually know the real creepos in Hollywood? I absolutely believe that. I absolutely believe that. But I think he's kind of jumping to a stretch on this one because there's been no evidence that Lorenzo Brino was abused in any kind of way. Yes, I understand that child actors, they can go crazy. We know that for a fact. But it's not always because of, the creepos in Hollywood. Sometimes it's just the pressure of being a child actor. I mean, look at the kid that played in Star Wars: The Phantom Menace, Jake Lloyd. His life is a mess right now. And it all stems from him just acting in Star Wars movies. But what do you guys think of this? Is Corey Feldman right on this, or is he wrong? I'm leaning on that he is wrong in this situation, but Corey Feldman could be right on a lot of things. I mean, he's in Hollywood. He knows a lot more than me about the people there and the creepos that are there, but it just sounds out of place in this instance to connect Stephen Collins to Lorenzo Brino's death. I just don't get it. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Corey Feldman, do you agree with him? Do you not agree with him? Let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments. If you're new here to the channel, please hit subscribe to catch future videos from me, and we will catch you on the next video. John Matrixx, out.